Hello, everyone, and welcome to Everything Star Wars. I'm your host, Rob. I'm here, you're there, and I'm glad you're there. Thanks for being here. Thanks to my 380 plus subscribers. I really appreciate it. I love you all very much. I just want you to know that. With that being said, today we continue the Creator Series, Questions for Creators. And before I continue, if you are a creator of anything, it doesn't matter what it is, why don't you hit this email, esw1977@yahoo.com. Hit me up, and I would love to have your channel here as part of this. This is something I want to do as long as I do YouTube. I don't care what your genre is, or what your niche, or whatever you want, your theme, whether it's cooking, weightlifting, movies, it doesn't matter to me. I want to promote your channel. I'm all for promoting channels, giving shouts out, stuff like that. It's part of who I am. I believe in the YouTube community, and I believe in everybody growing together, whether you have 100,000, whether you have 1,000,000, whether you have 250, whether you have 10 subs, it doesn't matter to me. You're a creator, you put the effort in, you put the hard work, and you should be recognized for it no matter what. Anyway, today we have a really good friend of mine who I've been subscribed to his channel for a while. This is why I do these videos. I do these videos because it's interesting to know about the creator, their feeling for Star Wars, their passion for it, how they got into it, and sometimes it's very powerful. And this one, when you see the video, you're going to understand I feel very bad because I didn't know the childhood he had. So this is from Rhodes Rants on Star Wars. I'm back. That's my good buddy Rhodes. And, after seeing this, I was feeling it, man. I felt it right in here. I felt real bad. I didn't know that he had such a tough childhood. But you're going to see what I'm talking about. And so here's Rhodes answering the questions I asked, and all about his channel, Rhodes Rants on Star Wars. So make sure you check out Rhodes Rants on Star Wars. And let's see what Rhodes has to say.
I'm back. Rhodes Rants on everything Star Wars. Today, let's talk about my Star Wars fandom and my channel. My channel is Rhodes Rants on Star Wars. And my channel covers Star Wars news, opinion, reaction, and commentary on the state of Star Wars. The new show, The Mandalorian, is a big interest of mine. And I also cover Marvel and DC on that channel. I got into Star Wars, it was about 1978. I was 3 years old. And as a kid, I was real sick a lot. I was in and out of the hospital. I had pneumonia a couple of times. Had it so bad one time they thought I was going to die in Corpus Christi. And my father brought home a gift for me. I was sick. I wasn't feeling good, and he brought home 4 little figures about this tall. And what they were Star Wars figures by Kenner. And it was, I can remember it. I believe it is my first true memory, because I would have been 3, not even 4 years old. Obi-Wan Kenobi, Princess Leia, R2-D2, and Darth Vader. And I thought these were the coolest looking characters I've ever seen in my life. And those characters, something about them were really connective for me. That said, I still did not go see Star Wars or any Star Wars movie. My mother took me to see The Empire Strikes Back in 1980. And then I caught a re-release. We caught a re-release of Star Wars about 2 weeks later. In The Empire Strikes Back, I can remember looking at the poster outside the theater, and Mom was asking me, what movie do you want to go to? And I thought that was a really cool poster. It was this one, and I'll put a snippet of it in this video, of Han holding Leia, and it was the blue Empire poster. And I thought that was the most magical thing I'd ever seen in my life on screen. I already knew Harrison Ford because of Raiders of the Lost Ark. He's Indiana Jones. And I remember thinking as a kid, wow, Indiana Jones is Han Solo, and that's cool. And to this day, Harrison Ford is still my favorite actor. So for me, Star Wars was a get me through while being sick as a kid. I wasn't able to go outside and play a lot. I did when I could. I loved riding BMX bikes. But I was sick so much that all I had was the Star Wars original trilogy, it seemed like, to watch over and over again. And I would guess probably the original trilogy I've seen 1,000 times. Each film. Maybe more. What I love about Star Wars is Star Wars brought our family closer together. My mother, my father, we all enjoyed the movies. It was all time we could spend together as a family. And of course, this goes back to me having been sick so much as a child. It was about my room being decorated and you know, Star Wars comforters and curtains, and the fact that I still have my Empire Strikes Back pillow. And the toys. Good Lord, the toys. I probably had nearly every Kenner figure they ever came out with. And the AT-AT Walker, and the Millennium Falcon, and the X-Wing, and the TIE Fighters, and Jabba, and the Slave One. I had so much of that stuff, and I spent so many hours as a child sick watching those movies and playing with those figures because I couldn't do anything else. And I love Star Wars so much because it is about family. It is about the Skywalkers. It is about my favorite character, Han Solo, being welcomed into the Skywalker family. It is about his love for Chewbacca and Darth Vader's redemption. It is about maybe you're not the greatest guy in the world, and maybe you're sarcastic, and maybe you're a smart ass, but at the end of the day, you're still a good guy, like Han Solo. Those kind of things are important to me as a fan of Star Wars. What do I think about the state of Star Wars right now? Unlike probably a lot of channels that will come through here, I don't hate, nor do I love everything that Disney has put out. I am not ashamed to say it. I love The Force Awakens. It was the return of my hero, Han Solo, as Harrison Ford, with Harrison Ford. It was the return of the Millennium Falcon and Chewbacca. It was something on screen 38 years later that I told my wife I never in my wildest dreams thought I would see again. And I did. And right, wrong, or indifferent, Disney gave me that. And it was emotional for me. And I loved it. But that does not mean everything is rosy. I always tell people I hate The Last Jedi with a passion of 1,000 white-hot suns. And I do hate it. And all the while having enjoyed Rogue One, having enjoyed Solo even. But I hate The Last Jedi. And I don't like Kathleen Kennedy, and I can't stand Rian Johnson. And it is because of the fracture in the fandom that we have right now. You have three sets of fans. You have people that hate everything that Disney puts out. You have people that love everything that Disney puts out. And then you got people like me stuck in the middle that like a little bit of all of it and hate a little bit of all of it. The fandom being so fractured. And yes, I called for Kathleen Kennedy's job because she allowed Rian Johnson to make that one horrible movie. And she allowed the character of Luke Skywalker to be assassinated and destroyed the way he was. She allowed new characters that I thought I wouldn't care about, be destroyed in The Last Jedi. She allowed a political agenda to show up in The Last Jedi. It's shameful what Kathleen Kennedy has done to this Star Wars franchise. How do we fix Star Wars? In my personal opinion, and I will just say this, it is my belief that things like The Last Jedi becoming decanonized, that will never happen. It made too much money. Although it did not make as much money as it should have, it still made too much money for that to be trapdoored from the franchise. Now, I firmly believe Kathleen Kennedy should no longer be in power at Lucasfilm. And it is up to Bob Iger, or whoever takes over for Bob Iger, to find Lucasfilm's Kevin Feige, the guy who runs Marvel. And what Kevin Feige is, he is a Marvel fan. And he knows the stories and he knows the characters. And that is what Star Wars needs. That is what Lucasfilm needs. Is it my belief that they are heading in a better direction? Yes, it is. I think Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are putting together something special with Star Wars The Mandalorian. And I think the Cassian Andor series is going to be good. That said, somebody has to take the lead on this franchise creatively that is invested emotionally in these characters. That is the only way the fandom comes back together. Is you have to have a head of Lucasfilm that has a vested interest in the characters and storytelling that we got from the prequels, the original trilogy, The Force Awakens. You cannot let somebody make a movie like The Last Jedi. That kind of movie can never make it past one script turn in. One script turn in, and that movie should have been halted. That director should have been removed, and a new director and a new writer should have been found to make that movie. And you have to find someone to put in charge that will read a script that comes across their desk like The Last Jedi and immediately understand they have to axe it, because the person that has done the script or wrote the story doesn't know Star Wars. It needs to be somebody that knows Star Wars. Personally, if it was up to me, they would put Jon Favreau as the head of Lucasfilm, because he is an original trilogy fan. He has been involved with the franchise in some way or another for about the last 15 years. And he has headed up large projects like Marvel, The Jungle Book, soon to be The Lion King. He understands big budget movies. He understands what is riding on that from a fan's perspective. I would like to thank Everything Star Wars, Rob, for having me on his channel. Peace, I'm out. Till next time.
So, what'd you think about all that? Don't forget to check out Rhodes Rants on Star Wars. I'll be putting a link down to his channel down below in the comment section. Also, check out the other Question for Creators series where I've interviewed, I shouldn't say interviewed, but I've talked with Johnny Matrix, Imperial Academy, Entertainment Hacker, and now Rhodes Rants. I've got more coming, trust me. I've got more creators coming, and I hope I have a ton more. I hope this doesn't end. I want this to keep going weeks later, months later, years later. Because it's a great way for me to learn about their channel, who they are, and what they're about. And I think it's also a great way for you, especially if you don't know who the hell they are. I hope I get tons of creators, big, small, medium, whatever, doesn't matter. I don't mean by weight. I mean by subscriber-wise. It doesn't matter to me a total, because to me, they're a human being. And they're doing this just like I am. And I'm enjoying every minute of this because you make it enjoyable. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget, give me a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment, share it if you want to. Come be part of this Everything Star Wars community, this family that's growing little by little. I love you all very much, and I'll see you next time on Everything Star Wars. Take care. See you soon.